Welcome to the program, ladies and gentlemen. We are live with a radio show. Nick. Nick's Picks. Yeah. Live on the radio show with Nick's Picks. And today, we're going to cover some sports. So, the NHL and the NBA finished their seasons. In the NBA, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning, and in the NHL, it was the Florida Panthers repeating against the Edmonton Oilers in the finals, in which Florida won again, aided by a captain, Brad Marchand, who destroyed Toronto again when he was with Boston every time, and now he destroyed us with Florida. And we never get out of the second round or sometimes the first round against the very tough division Boston, Florida, Tampa Bay, Montreal. I don't know who else is in the division. So yeah, now it's the off season for Toronto and hockey and basketball. Baseball just started. I'm not going to get into that because it's too early to come to any analysis about the baseball season. Formula One also started. I'm not going to get into that because it's also too early to tell. Although Lewis Hamilton now races for Ferrari, and they spent their time making an F1 movie, so I don't know how committed they were to the actual races in the F1 track, but they made an F1 movie with Brad Pitt. And then let's focus on. Then there's soccer going on. So the soccer leagues ended in Europe, but now we got these weird ass trophies like the Club World Cup, the Nations League, CONCACAF, American League, South American League, nations, just big countries. And next year is the World Cup. So maybe we'll start with some FIFA. So with FIFA, so what is Team Canada in soccer? We had some good matches pretty recently. We beat Ivory Coast in a shootout, and when we beat Ivory Coast in a shootout, we won that tournament. It was a tournament with 4 teams. Ivory Coast, Ukraine. We beat Ukraine 4-2. So we beat Ivory Coast and we beat Ukraine. Now, I'm not too excited because after that, we pumped Honduras 6-0. We beat El Salvador 2-0. I watched that game. But we tied Curacao in the Gold Cup 1-1. So Canada's soccer landscape is very improved. So much improved. When I was a youngin', I was playing with members who were on the Team Canada youth team, and we did not ever qualify for a World Cup. Now we've qualified last World Cup, although very disappointing performance, only 1 goal scored. We have improved a lot. We beat Mexico 1-0. We routinely battle against the USA. Here you can see we beat Ukraine. We did lose to Croatia 3-1 in the World Cup last World Cup, but we scored a goal against Croatia, and we were leading the match 1-0 against Croatia, and it was a good goal too. It was a through ball into a header, and very good. Now to break down some analysis, we got Alphonso Davies on the wing, but he's doing too much. Alphonso Davies is a natural defender. In his club for Bayern Munich, he plays defense. And we put him on striker, we put him on wing, we put him on center mid. And he's just not natural in those positions. And he's trying to force too much. We need good distributors. So like Jonathan Osorio, Eustachio, we got Jonathan David as a striker. Now that's a natural born striker. If he can stay healthy. But we got Jonathan David up top. We got Alphonso Davies in the back. We got a couple of midfielders, and we got some defenders. I would say the defense is taken care of pretty nicely, and the strikers are the strikers. We need fucking wingers. Because we're a big, strong team. We're definitely not Spain. We're not Brazil. We're not Germany. We're not France. We're a big fucking meaty team. Just beat you up team. We're not dribble. But we got some talent up front in Jonathan David, who destroyed Europe. So we need wingers who can fucking bring the ball up for him. Because look, if you give Jonathan David the ball at half field, which is what the fuck our strategy always is, we give the ball to Jonathan David at half field. What the fuck is he gonna do? He's gonna get closed down, and he's gotta move the ball. By the time he moves the ball, he's not leading the attack anymore. Now we gotta get the wingers to lead the attack. We gotta get the center mids to get involved, and we gotta get the defense to push up. But we don't have none of that. We don't have no fucking center mids. We don't have no motherfucking wingers. We don't have no defense coming up to push up. And so Jonathan David, who can score a goal like that, he was the leading goal scorer in all of Europe, bro. All of Europe, he was leading goal scorer. So what the fuck? So we got to get wingers, center mids, and the defense to push up with him, distribute the ball. When we can advance the ball without having Jonathan David touch it into the box, and then we feed him inside the fucking box. Not at half field. Inside the fucking box. Team Canada will score a goal. And our defense defends against offensive pressure. In terms of touches on the ball, we are improving drastically in quality. We're still not Spain. We're still not Barcelona. We're still not France. But we can handle the technicalities of the fucking FIFA. We're strong. And we need to not, get into arguments and shit like that. Keep our head high, But we gotta feed our striker. We have Jonathan David and we have Alphonso Davies. Like, what the fuck? But we don't have no fucking wingers. We don't have no fucking midfield. And they're good. In the games I've watched, the midfield is talented, but every fucking good quality pass is a pass to the defense. Do some other shit, bro. Play the winger play the mid. Mid to winger to mid to winger to mid. A nice sexy pass isn't just to the defense and to the goalie. We pass the fucking ball to the defense and to the goalie. Do some quality shit with it so we can get the ball to Jonathan David in the opposing third of the field. My prediction for Team Canada is we get out of the group stage. If we can train the midfield and the wingers within this 1 year that's left until the World Cup, we can maybe make it to the third round. Get out of the group stage and win a knockout stage match. But to win a knockout stage match, we need quality midfielder and wingers. Like not just good. Quality. Quality midfielders all across the board. And Jonathan David will take them home. Hell, we can even put Alphonso Davies striker. If we get Alphonso Davies striker and Jonathan David striker, and the defense and mid is taken care of, and we don't have to fucking get Jonathan David and Alphonso Davies to carry the ball up the entire field, then we can win a knockout stage. Let me just check Team Canada roster. Let me just see who else we have. We got Tajon Buchanan, young guy. Is he a winger? He's a fucking forward, but he plays winger too. The classic guys that have been on the team for a long time that we never win with. Well, experience, whatever. Yeah, all our good players are forwards. Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, Jacob Schaffelberg, and Tajon Buchanan. And in the midfielder, we got Stephen Eustachio, Alistair Johnson's defense, Ishmael Kone, Kyle Larin, Jonathan Osorio, Richie Larea. Okay, we're not even getting out of the group stage, bro. We're not even getting out of the group stage. We got no mid. We got defense, and everyone's a fucking striker. Even the guys that play defense are being put into striker. Why? Striker, you know where a striker is good? In the box. That's the only place a fucking striker is good in. Have you ever heard of Nikola Zigic? Nikola Zigic was a Serbian legend. He was the tallest fucking soccer player in Europe. And his role was to stand in the motherfucking box, and when Crvena Zvezda crossed the ball, Nikola Zigic headed it in. I saw a Champions League match in Belgrade between Crvena Zvezda FK and AC Milan. And AC Milan beat us 2-1. But that year, AC Milan went on to win the entire thing. And I saw Nikola Zigic score his goal by standing in the box, and we sent it to him. He volleyed it, and just like that. But he did not dribble. He did not carry the ball from half field. He did not fucking play make as a midfielder. He was a 20 feet tall striker, stand inside the box. So I don't know why we got Alphonso Davies playing striker, Jonathan David striker, Jacob Schaffelberg striker, Tajon Buchanan striker, Kyle Larin striker. I mean, strikers just fucking sit inside the motherfucking box. Now, if you don't have a decent striker, you're not gonna score a goal. But if you don't have a decent rest of the motherfucking team, you're not even gonna get a shot on target. You're not even gonna get it. The striker's not even gonna touch the ball. The striker's not even gonna touch the fucking ball if you don't have a decent midfielder and defense. Now, you do need a good striker. We got one or two. And but I'm not the coach. I'm not the coach. I wish I was the coach. I wish I was the coach. We'd play and win. We'd play and win. I wish I was a motherfucking player. I wish I was a motherfucking player. But I'm not the coach. I'm not a player. So whatever. We'll see. I'm gonna sit at home and watch the fucking World Cup games from my TV next summer in Canada. We are hosting it. It's in Canada, but I'm not gonna go wait in a fucking 2 billion person crowd to watch the games at BMO Field or Rogers Center in Vancouver. Let's move on to the Raptors. The Raptors fired Masai Ujiri. Masai Ujiri, highest paid executive in all of sports. Quality guy, quality man. He made the blockbuster trade of getting rid of our 10-year veteran who was beloved by the city for a guy who stayed for only 1 year, but in that 1 year gave us a championship. Quality move. Dick move, but a quality move. And now we are shitting the bed. So we fired him. I mean, this, like, we just shit the fucking bed with the Raptors since our championship. I don't understand. I don't understand. Look, if you live in Toronto, right? Understand this. We got rid of DeMar DeRozan and then got Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green, Pau Gasol, whatever fucking Gasol, and won a fucking championship. That was in 2019. It's 2025. The past 6 years, we've been a piece of shit. We got rid of Kyle Lowry. How the fuck does that happen? Like, the greatest Raptor of all time. That's not me saying it. That's you saying it. You guys are the ones that said Kyle Lowry was the greatest Raptor of all time. Even beyond Vince Carter. Okay, you guys said that, not me. I said Pascal Siakam was the greatest Raptor because he really loved our city. But then we got fucking traded him as well. We traded him as well. And he went on to Indiana and just played in the finals, Game 7, a couple of days ago. So we got rid of Lowry. We got rid of Siakam. We got Scotty Barnes from a draft, who is now our savior. I don't see shit coming from him. And now we got rid of Masai. So your 3 most devout Raptors. Like, what is the strategy when you trade the guys that are not the problem? Guys that are not... Pascal Siakam just played in another fucking championship, bro. 3 days ago. 3 days ago, he was in Game 7 of another championship. So Pascal Siakam was most definitely not the problem. Kyle Lowry won us a championship, captained us to a championship. He's definitely not the problem. And Masai Ujiri gave Toronto their first championship. He is most definitely not the problem, okay? Why the fuck don't we fire the other guys? Why is Chris Boucher still on the team? Why don't we give it to Scotty Barnes? Why would we get rid of Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam but keep Scotty Barnes? Do you see Scotty Barnes? The guy shows up in fucking with a skateboard in his hand. He shows up with a skateboard in his hand. He's more concerned about skateboarding than fucking winning games. I honestly don't see this 22-year-old winning us a championship. So what is the strategy when you fire your top talent? You fire your top talent. We fire our top talent. I don't get it. It's been 6 years. We got rid of Lowry. We got rid of Siakam. We got Grady Dick, who's been nothing but a dick. He's been with the team. Scotty Barnes has been with the team. How long do we got to wait? How long? We got to wait 10 years, and then we're gonna play one season with Grady Dick and Scotty Barnes, or we're gonna fucking trade them later. How long we gotta wait for Grady Dick and Scotty Barnes and our new GM president? How long do we gotta wait for Darko Rajakovic? We got rid of Nick Nurse as well. Hello. We got rid of Nick Nurse. How long do we have to wait for fucking Darko Rajakovic, Grady Dick, and Scotty Barnes to win more than 20 games a season? The only thing you get, like the only thing we got from getting rid of Nick Nurse, Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Masai Ujiri was money. That's the only thing we got. Money. Money. Now, maybe money is powerful. Maybe money, because money is how there's a salary cap, and it's how you make your purchases of your talent. So maybe money really is that powerful and important. But I mean, Masai Ujiri was the top paid exec in all of sports, North American sports. Pascal Siakam just played in another championship. Kyle Lowry. Nick Nurse won Coach of the Year like multiple times. So, what's our money going to do? What's our money going to do? Who are we building around? Who are we building around? I am more happy with Canada soccer than Canada basketball and the Toronto Raptors. No, Canada basketball has Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's a hero. He's a whatever. He's a fucking great player. So Canada basketball is good. He won a championship. But Toronto Raptors. If I were the Toronto Raptors GM, right, I would keep Masai. He's getting paid $15 million. If he wants $20 million, I would pay him $20 million. I would spend money on Masai. I'd spend money on Masai. Because I know from experience now, these motherfuckers who run the organization, MLSE, are like 85 years old, but they somehow lack wisdom and experience. I don't know how the fuck that's possible, but that's the scenario. From experience, I know a $15-20 million Masai Ujiri is worth 10 times more in value than a $8-10 million no one. If you spend $8-10 million, which is what they're gonna spend now, on a fucking nobody, he is worth 1. And if you spend double that, you get a Masai Ujiri who's worth a 10. That's how talent scales. It's not fucking magic. It's not magic, bro. Talent scales exponentially, not linearly. Not linearly. It scales exponentially. So you can spend $20 million and get the fucking top of the vertex. Or you can spend half of that for a fucking shit. For fucking shit. So, you either want to pay or you don't want to pay. But if you don't pay, it's money down the drain. It's money down the fucking drain. When you pay $20 million, you're going to get results. You're going to get results. If you pay $10 million, you're going to save $10 million. But you're just pissing it away. You're just pissing it away. Masai Ujiri was one of those guys that went above and beyond. Remember when I said great businesses go above and beyond? He did Giants of Africa. He did stuff for it. He was friends with Barack Obama. He was friends with Justin Trudeau. He did things for the communities and the entire world. He went above and beyond, which is why he's the most beloved executive in all of sports. And won us a championship. He won Toronto a championship, which is fucking near impossible. So, I'm going to say the next fucking retard we bring in, we're not going to win the championship. We might, I don't even think we'll make the playoffs. I don't think we'll make the playoffs. But we might make the playoffs. No, we'll make the play-in. We'll make the play-in, not the playoffs. But we're not winning another championship. Sorry. No. Maybe 15 years from now, we're gonna spend some money. But for the next 10 years, we're not winning a championship. Not with Scotty Barnes, not with Grady Dick, not with Darko Rakovic, and not with whoever we piss away our money to for our president. We're not winning a championship. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No way. This is not a culture of winning. That's all I gotta say. It's not a culture of winning. When you get rid of Siakam, you get rid of Lowry, you get rid of Nick Nurse, you get rid of Masai. Kawhi Leonard left. So that's one player. Why did we ruin the entire team? Around Scotty Barnes and Grady Dick? Scotty Barnes and Grady Dick are playing skateboarding tricks and video games. Okay. Scotty Barnes and Grady Dick are not Mitch Marner, Austin Matthews, John Tavares. So, and even if they were, the only way Scotty Barnes and Grady Dick develop into all-star players is being surrounded by Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, Nick Nurse, and Masai Ujiri. That's the only way they even develop into all-star players. So you take away everything around them, they are nothing. They're going to become nothing. They always will be nothing in this scenario. They're going to ask for a trade eventually. And we're not going anywhere. Because we don't want to spend the money. Now we have the money. We have a lot of money. But we don't want to pay for talent. Not a culture of winning. It's the North American motto. The North American motto is we can train you. My dad was the one that told me this. He works in the government. He works for the motherfucking government. And their motto was anybody can do anything. And he told me, if you have a dying patient and you need someone to perform surgery on that dying patient, and there's 20 of us sitting in a circle, no matter how much we collaborate and share our thoughts and ideas, can we 20 of us together perform brain surgery on the dying patient if we're not qualified? No matter how much we come together. And that's the North American business cycle. Anybody can do anything. Anyone can do anything. So, like, and in sports, it's we're going to train you. So we got rid of Masai Ujiri, who was like a king, an African king in Canada. But we didn't want to pay him. So we saved money. Now we're going to make a business decision, and this is the term that's overused in all of sports. Business decision. Now, okay. I'm a businessman, okay? Fucking all those Microsoft CEOs that sit courtside and own the LA Clippers, they're businessmen. Mark Cuban is a businessman. Now, the Dallas Mavericks don't fucking show up to Mark Cuban's door and tell him how to run his billions of dollars. How to run his business. Okay? Because Mark Cuban knows business. And the people from Mark Cuban's accounting office don't tell the Dallas Mavericks how to play their pick and rolls. Okay? So, sports and business are not really related. You need to work hard. You need teamwork, leadership, cooperation, determination. Those are integrity, human values that are relatable between business and sports. But if you got some fucking black man sweating in his boxers and shorts in a tank top in front of 50,000 fans, or some fucking Italian guy running on a soccer field 90 miles an hour, and you want to relate that to some guy sitting in a suit running through a company financial statement, you're not going to find a lot of similarities. So to say a business decision, which is what everybody gets horny about in sports, a business decision, who is profiting from that decision? You sell the jerseys, you sell the tickets, you sell the merchandise, you sell the TV deals to make money. That's what a business decision is. But sports is the fucking sports. Now, your idea is you are gonna make money and save money so you can invest it into sports. But how do you do that? With the philosophy of Western capitalism, Western business. That is, anybody can fucking do anything, and we're gonna train them. So we got rid of Nick Nurse, we got rid of Masai Ujiri, we got rid of Pascal Siakam, we got rid of Kyle Lowry. But we're gonna bring in Scotty Barnes, we're gonna bring in Grady Dick, we're gonna bring in Darko Rakovic, and now we're gonna bring in a new chairman for a fraction of the money. We're gonna save a lot of money, and we're gonna teach them to win. Who's gonna teach them? I don't fucking know. Who's gonna teach them. We're gonna pay them. The money will teach them. The city will teach them. And they're going to learn themselves because they are super motivated and super driven and super determined. So they're going to teach themselves. So we got rid of Masai. We got rid of Nick Nurse. We got rid of Siakam. We got rid of Kyle Lowry. We got Grady Dick and Scotty Barnes and Darko Rakovic, who are going to learn to win. Because they can perform miracles if they just believe. If they just believe. And it was all thanks to our business decision. We save money and we learn to do. So we are going to win a championship in the next 10 years. Not because we're going to get another Masai. Not because we're going to get another Kawhi Leonard. Not because we're going to get another Kyle Lowry, Pascal Siakam, and Kawhi Leonard and Nick Nurse Coach of the Year all on the same team at the same year. We are going to win another championship because we are going to learn on the job. We're going to we're going to make a business decision, and then we're going to learn on the job. That's Toronto Raptors going full out 1,000% on Western business models. So, yeah. Not going to cover Wimbledon. It's still early. Djokovic, he's been losing because he's the greatest of all time. Alcaraz won the last championship. That's all there is. Alcaraz beat Sinner in the last finals. Destroyed him, actually. Destroyed him. One thing I will say is this new generation, Alcaraz, Sinner, Medvedev, and Zverev, and Tsitsipas, are very cultured. They're very cultured. They don't yell, they don't scream. They're not like Nadal and Djokovic and fucking those guys from that era were always so aggressive and controversies in the media, with the fans, with the interviews, with the kind of like a Sabalenka. And Serena Williams. So this new generation of Coco Gauff, of Iga Swiatek, Alcaraz, Zverev, Tsitsipas, Sinner, they're much more cultured and much more. It's the younger generation. It's the Gen Z, right? It's the Gen Z. So the Gen Z is much more calmer and relaxed. But when everyone's like that, it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring when everyone's like that. But when you're watching the game, it's very good. It's very good because you don't see slamming rackets. You don't see yelling and fans booing and being ejected and all that nonsense that happened all the time. I don't see that now in matches. In finals matches, I don't see that. Like when Djokovic used to face Nadal for 10 years straight, and half the crowd is cheering for Nadal and getting drunk, and half the crowd is cheering for Djokovic and getting drunk, and they're just fucking, every time they gotta serve, they gotta wait an extra 30 seconds to get everybody to quiet down, and then it's a fault, and then the entire crowd is talking again for the second serve. When it was Djokovic against Nadal, it was hectic, and then it was so polarized. Now when it's like Sinner against Alcaraz, against Medvedev, against Zverev, everyone's just happy. Everyone's just happy. They're happy for anyone. They're happy for anyone. I mean, Sinner is a cheater, Medvedev is Russian, and Zverev is a German Russian. And then you have Alcaraz, which is 19-year-old Spanish guy. And still, everyone's happy. Everyone's happy. Now, the last thing is hockey. With the Maple Leafs. Maple Leafs, once again, here we're at a critical point. We're at a critical point because we have the best player in the league, best goal scorer in the league, Austin Matthews. He's got a great supporting cast. Problem? Supporting cast is 3 players. We've been at the same 4 players, taking all our money. John Tavares, William Nylander, Mitch Marner, and Austin Matthews. We've been rotating some of the coaches, and we rotated the GM. Rotating the GM didn't work. Rotating the coaches didn't work. Because for the past 8 years, we've been stuck in round 1. We do well. We make it to round 1, which is very hard to do, but we always don't make it past round 1 for the past 8 years. And these same 4 guys take all our money. So now it's time. Their contract expires. What are we going to do? We got rid of the GM. So we got rid of the GM again. I don't know if we got rid of the coach, but apparently in hockey, because I saw Paul Maurice win. And Chris Knobloch was in the finals. So apparently in hockey, coaching means nothing. And I saw the GMs, I'm not sure even, because when they get happy and when they get mad, it's no fucking different. So apparently in hockey, it's not like basketball or soccer. Apparently in hockey, also home ice doesn't matter. I've seen home ice does not matter. Coaching does not matter. GMs do not matter. So in hockey, it's just about the players. It's just about the players. It's like football. Football coaching matters because you make the play calls. But the players make the team. In football, and coaches make the play calls. And then you have the owners, which are billion-dollar white men. So, can the Toronto Maple Leafs, what is the strategy? We got our 4 guys. We re-signed Jonathan Tavares. Now we got 3 more guys. I believe Austin Matthews has to stay. You give him the money, okay? If you give him one guy, we signed Tavares because he's the cheapest guy. He's the cheapest guy. He took a lot of, he took half the money that he deserved because he really likes Toronto. So that was easy. One guy, Austin Matthews, best goal scorer in the league. Not gonna win without him. Not even gonna get to the first round without him. So you give him the money, everybody else goes. Everybody else goes. Everybody else goes. Florida Panthers won the trophy 2 times in a row. 3 times made it to the finals with 0 superstars. 0 superstars. Brad Marchand is their captain. He's not a superstar. So it's a team effort. Same with the Las Vegas Golden Knights. 0 superstars, won a trophy, team effort. So, it's the team. It's the team. You keep Matthews, everybody else goes. Coaches does not fucking matter. GM does not fucking matter. Home ice does not fucking matter. You need a team. You need a team. So save your money everywhere else. Pay Matthews. And build everybody else around Matthews. Build everybody else around Matthews. So that does it for our. I lost my voice, man. Oh, fucking. I just gave you an hour long podcast. Hour-long podcast with Nick's picks. We talked about everything. Talked about Wimbledon, Canada Soccer, Toronto Raptors, Toronto Maple Leafs, and even the NFL. So I hope we take some policies and we learn from them. We learn from them, and until next podcast, I'm gonna do one podcast a week. One podcast a week because I lose my voice. Then I gotta sing. Fuck! I wanted to make a song today. I wanted to make a song today about sports, about Canadian sports, Canada sports, hockey, soccer, basketball, whatever, football. Wanted to make a song about Canadian sports, and now my voice is damaged. But